Welcome back to the episode that at least 5 of you have been waiting for. Since my girlfriend brought me this camper van, we have MOT'd it, which took a lot of welding. We have given it a fancy paint job, although cheap. And now you're probably thinking, we're going to go and enjoy it. Wrong! We're going to lower it so it's undrivable. So let's get into it. Now, to transform this weird looking camper van into a weird looking camper van that's low, we need a few ingredients. We've got the Mark IIs, which are different to the ones we had initially in the other video. Now, we got these ones from Jack as well. These are 6.5 and 7s, so they're slightly better, and they're 4x100, so they bolt straight on. On top of that, we've got Subaru Legacy coilovers. So, quick shout out to Josh, because he told me which ones to buy. I bought the different ones anyway, because I'd already bought by the time he replied, but shout out anyway. On top of that, I've made some new plates for the bottoms. So we've got to weld those on and made some new top mounts. Now these are the original ones, but I made some to fit the Renault, which will go on like this. And the only other thing I've had to do is buy a stud conversion kit, which I think was from a Porsche. It just happened to be the right one. And also the wheel nuts for the SSRs, which Jack sourced me from Japan. Now you also notice these, I had to make some quick wheel spaces because the back of the wheels just clips on the calipers. Now rather than buying spaces and them being the wrong size, I quickly made some just so we can test fit it. But now the boring stuff's out of the way, let's make some suspensions.
I'm so upset. The state of my head. Getting so old. We're gonna have to get famous at some point because I need to retire soon apparently because my hairline has already. Jesus.
So the first job is to make these the same as these. Now, I've already showed the bits I cut, and I happened to actually cut them wrong because I didn't really do any measuring. I just drew them last night on my couch, but they now fit on there because there was a little lip which was stopping it. So they now fit on there. So bolt 2 of them on, cut these ones off, clean this up, and tack them to this. Then we'll take them off and weld them, and they'll then go on the bottom of the coilover. That is now welded on there. Don't come at me about the weld, I was at a funny angle, but it's nice and strong. And now we're going to thread it on the bottom of the coilover. Top mount's already bolted on, then we'll try it on and see if it works. Hopefully it does. Now, I've knocked that on there. Top mount is on. So just to recap, we've got standard, and then plus Subaru coilovers equals Renault coilovers, or something to that effect. That's what we're hoping anyway. So I'll bolt that on there now, bolt it to the hub, lift it up and see, if the idea works. If it does, we'll crack on with the other side. What we have now is camber adjustable top mounts. They're all bolted in, set to full camber. Underneath, we've got the bracket that it's the original bracket. We've obviously welded the tabs on. I've also put slots in that, so you're able to camber a bit on that. They are set at a height. Obviously I don't know until we put the weight on it what height that's going to be, but if you follow me to the other side, you can see that through a bit of camber, a bit of this and a bit of that, the wheel sits pretty bang on. It actually sits quite nice considering it's just hanging as well. So I guess we are either going to put the tyre on the other wheel and drop the front down and see the height of that, or probably should actually look at doing the back, because I am no torsion bar expert. So we're going to kind of guess that one, aren't we, Chris?
Yeah, I don't think we've done a French car before.
We haven't. Because if we had, there'd have been more videos of you going, hoy, hoy. You do that every time Francis mentioned it. But yeah, so I guess we will now work out torsion bars.
Actually, I had a Mark 1 Clio. I don't know why I'm putting this at your face instead of mine. Yeah, so I had a Mark 1 Clio, which was torsion bars. I think I only lowered the front on that because I couldn't be bothered to do the torsion bars.
Sounds like the sort of thing I'd have done.
Yeah, it's like a hot rod. It was a proper little drag car. Yes.
Yeah, all in all, we have the front done.
I love it. Those wheels are so cool. Right, so, yes, let's crack on. We've got one other, that's a rear with a tyre on.
Yeah. I
need to go pop the tyres on the other 2 wheels.
Yeah, which in itself is quite funny because you don't even really need to use the tyre machine, they just fall on.
Yeah, it does. Right, look at that bad boy bonnet. Send it. Let's go. It would appear you've fallen.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to do about it. I was just wondering if I put a pair of Stilsons on that bar there, I could probably hammer it out. But whether that's the right thing you're going to do or not, I don't know.
Yeah, French cars. So what are you thinking? Take the torsion bar out of here. What does it do? Come out this end?
Yeah, if you just knock it so it's off the splines, in theory, you can turn that and knock it back in.
That makes sense.
I thought so. Whether I'm right or not, I don't know, but it made sense to me.
Well, let's give it a go, see what happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I've just arrived for day 2. Now, we filmed a bit of this yesterday, but how the door was open, it didn't really work. So, I will play a couple of those clips, but just ignore how bad the quality is whilst I make a cup of tea, and then we'll try again.
We've bolted something on there.
I don't think it's going to work.
Jack's going to hit it. I mean, it's doing stuff.
I hit the van.
It might be doing stuff.
Take it off and see.
I'm not going to bite.
I made a big point to Chris. I said, "Oh, just move my camera out of the way." So he's put it perfectly lined up.
Perfectly lined up with that. Yes!
So, where are we at? Well, the thread on the other side I think is gone, which is pretty bad, but we've got it out about 10 mil. Now I might try this side today. I brought in a couple of things to bodge together a little tool, so I might try this side first. So I'm gonna have my cup of tea. Then we're gonna bodge some stuff on here and see if we can get this one out, because I think if we get this one out, we can maybe push the other one out. But like I say, I don't really have a clue what I'm doing. I fucked up a little bit. I got a little bit angry when I was having a cup of tea that I couldn't get the thing out. So what I've done in a fit of anger is got this bit of bar on the other side and hammered it back in because it come out a little bit. So I hammered it back in and then I give it a big foul swoop and all of a sudden it fired through and actually knocked the one on the other side out. So that actually now moves, and this side is obviously all the way in. So if I go a tiny bit further, I should be able to adjust both sides. So I don't care what anyone says, anger is the answer. To recap, for those who have a Renault Extra, Renault 5, I think they're all the same. Basically what I've done is knocked that bar so it's came out. I'll insert a little clip here so you can see what I mean. And then I've literally now just jacked this up. Now, that was 14.5 hanging. I've jacked up to 40. It says 4-inch drop. Even though if I put a wheel on, it doesn't look low now. So you've got to cater for the weight being on it. So I guess I'll knock that back in, and then we'll put a wheel on and drop it down on something and actually see if it's low or not. And then I guess after that, we've got to adjust all the corners, get everything how we want it, take it off the ramp and have a look at it because it's going to look special. just so we're all on the same wavelength, because I feel like we're learning at the same time. This centre joint, these are obviously the bars that were through the outside. Now when I've knocked that one through, that's then knocked this one all the way out. So I'm now going to knock that back in. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm now going to knock that back in. And in theory, we should be all torsioned up again. That's not gone well. I'll do it more aggressively. Perfect. Aggression worked. They are now back where they were at the start. Pop them caps on and we are lowered. No, we're not. I've taken the shocks off. I better measure and see if they still fit. I'll see if they fit. If they don't, we'll go shock hunting. Right, so that is shocks, rear shocks back on, wheel nuts on, obviously wheels you can see it. A couple of things I forgot. Now, I asked you all in the comments about painting the bottom half and most of you said slate, so I've actually forgot to mention this. Painted the bottom half slate. Now, I'm going to run a little 5mm gold, like satin gold, not like gold, pinstripe down that line. And I may even do the bits around the roof, where they used to be, in the gold as well. Now, I'm going to move the Austin out the way, and I think we need to drop it on the floor. So, I will pull it outside and get some nice images that we can have a look at. Also, one thing I'm going to do is, we've got some new clothing coming, and I obviously had to spend the turbo, we were saving up for a turbo for the Austin. Now I had to spend most of that money, and a shitload more money, getting my laptop fixed so I could actually edit these videos. So that took a bit of a hit, so we're bringing out some new merch end of this month. So what I'm going to do, to put a little bit back in the pot as well, is for the next, let's say week, I'm going to do a code to get you money off the website on the stock that we still have left, so we can get rid of all that, because we're changing quality a little bit, we're going up the quality. So if you use the code TURBO on the website, dropworkscustoms.com, you can get, what should we do, 35% off and free shipping, because shipping's always free. But 35% off, use the code TURBO. And now, let's have a look at the Renault. I'm fucking howling. Have a look at this. I honestly can't stop laughing. Now, about 3-4 weeks ago, I showed you all this, and some of you laughed at me, said I was a bit of an idiot. But now I'm an idiot with a low camper van. Now, there is still some stuff to do. I'm going to have to raise the rear up a touch. I want to drop the front more, but this was just basically how I set them on the ramp. So a little bit of tweaking. I need to get rid of the centre box on the exhaust because that's on the floor. And we may even need to go as far as raising the engine and subframe, just because why not. But interior we're going to do, sort out them little bits, a couple of pinstripes and things, and then we will do a special. We're going to call it a special. We're going to take this camping, and knowing our luck, stuff's going to go wrong. But as always, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think of it, because I honestly think it's hilarious. And don't forget to use your code for a bit of money off. Thank you for watching, and the next one is the Land Rover, and that is the final video on that. So subscribe so you don't miss that. And then the Austin. We've got new wheels. It's going to be good. Peace. Brr.